The first unit I want to look at is a pretty obvious one, and that's Fizz Golden Frieza. This unit does not fit under, of course, the leader skill. Now, the problem with that, of course, is this clearly does feel like a movie boss's movie hero celebration. So are we really going to see this guy EZA? I still say yes, and here's why. Part 2, again, if you saw my video already, talked about possibilities who we could see for this Part 2 LR, and I really do think DBZ Broly, of course, is going to be the most obvious choice. Now, with that being the case, what is, Carnival Broly's leader skill going to be? I definitely think it's Transformation Boost. If that's the case, then of course you can run the new LR on that team, but you also can run Fizz Golden Frieza on that team as well, allowing you to EZA him just fine, even if he's not on the DFE LR's team. So I do think it's a possibility. He's also the oldest unit to not have an EZA. That's at Dokkan Fest. I know you guys are already typing away. Actually, this SSR from like 7 years. I'm not talking about those guys. I'm talking about DFEs. This Golden Frieza is the oldest premium unit to not have an EZA. So yeah, this Golden Frieza definitely deserves an LR, and I really don't know what other celebration they're planning on saving this Golden Frieza for, unless there's some kind of Tournament of Power celebration, or maybe there is still a Resurrection of F EZA or like celebration coming up. I'm not sure, but to me it's just like, why would you not EZA him with a Golden Frieza being the DFE LR? I know he's not on the leader skill, so I understand that they may wait until the Part 2 LR comes out to release the AGL Golden Frieza, but to me, it fits just fine. And Transformation Boost is a very strong category, so Broly leading Transformation Boost would also be, a very strong category. Alright, the next unit I want to look at is TEQ Golden Frieza. I mean, it's not really shocking that this unit would also be on this list if we're talking about the Fizz Golden Frieza. Now, if we're excluding the Fizz Broly and the STR Cell, at least on this list, it shows that Golden Frieza was later than them, which I don't remember that being the case, but regardless, TEQ Golden Frieza is 100% due for a Super EZA here, especially because they're already reaching down to 2017 units like the Year 2s and the Father-Son Kamehameha Gohan. So, and they've already done the Goten and Trunks as well. So I think Golden Frieza definitely deserves to EZA in this spot. Sorry, Super EZA, and also it does help he's a movie boss's unit who would also be on the full 220% of the new LR, so it just makes sense to me this is his time to Super EZA. He would fit well for the team, add another great movie boss's option for the team. I don't really know what they're planning on doing with him. There's always some kind of like, I don't know, we're treading on some new territory a little bit, but at the same time, we're a little scared because we saw what they did with the Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, right? A unit that was so good on EZA and base, but then as soon as they, brought out his Super EZA, he was not that good. This Golden Frieza could be in that very same scenario. Right now, he only has 80% damage reduction with HP 50% or more, and then a 50% damage reduction with 49% HP or less, and 50% attack, and then he has 80% attack as a basic effect. So, I don't know what they're going to do. Are they going to make him hit like Omega Shinron hard, but allow him to get 90% damage reduction? I'm not really certain how they're going to approach him. They have to keep in mind, of course, that the Broly trio exists. I'm not saying he's relevant all the time, but they definitely have to consider the fact that that exists. So we'll see exactly what they do with this Golden Frieza. Again, I'm pretty excited if they do end up making him pretty broken. This is one of my favorite units to use, just from back in the day, and I've used him a lot of this time. And again, he's the 120% tech type leader, so if you're running Battlefield, this unit will be an amazing unit to run as one of your leaders for that. Now, again, it just depends on what exactly they do here for him. They could be very minimalistic because of the 80% damage reduction, so we'll see exactly what they do here. I just hope they don't go too far away from him being good, in a sense. I really do want him to have some relevance, especially because of the meta we're in right now. So I think it'd be nice to have him be usable and not, he's all right, I guess, but I don't want it because he has high damage reduction. They hold back on that, so that's just me. But yeah, I imagine EZA's, Super EZA's here, but we'll see. We don't know. I just imagine he will due to him. And it's Golden Frieza card. We got a Golden Frieza, LR, and he's on the full leader, so we'll see. All right, the next two are going to be interesting, but we talked about movie bosses for I guess not really both of them, but one we talked about was Transformation Boost unit, but Extreme Task Golden Frieza. Then we talked about movie bosses Golden Frieza. Let's talk about the LR Fizz Fraudhan here. Well, of course, mention Orange Piccolo as well, but we'll do them individually. Let's talk about Ultimate Gohan here, because the reason why I want to bring it up is because we know this is not just a movie villains celebration. It's not movie bosses only. It's a movie bosses and movie hero celebration. So, you know, it would only make sense to also include movie hero EZAs in this celebration as well. What I don't know is exactly how we're going to attack this, but again, the Golden Frieza makes sense, especially because they already are EZAing the AGL Golden Frieza for part 1. You know, and his EZA drops in 2 days. At the time of recording, it drops on September 3rd. So, you know, we know that they're already attacking Golden Frieza EZAs, so it'd be shocking if they attack 2 more. But the reason why I'm including the Ultimate Gohan on this list is, first of all, he's on the full 220% leader skill. He's a movie heroes unit, he's on transformation boost, it does make sense. And of course, Gogeta does need super class allies on the team in order to be able to exchange faster and get his active skill, right? Those are both the requirements in order for him to get that. So, you know, when you're considering that, of course, they're going to need to EZA some super class units, especially movie hero units. And if you look at the super EZAs, there's really not a lot of options here. If we're talking about movies, right? All you really have is this Angel Super Saiyan 3 Goku. That's about it. Like, outside of that, there's not any movie heroes, unless they start reaching down here a bit and they go for like the Dragon Fist Goku. Like, that's a movie hero. The INT Super Gogeta. Right, they could do that as well. Like, I'm not saying there's not options for them to use. I'm just saying, like, I just don't know exactly if they're going to use those as the, you know, for just that being super class, and that's it. And plus, again, Frodhan and Orange Piccolo are coming up on their EZAs, and what better time to release LR Dokkan Fest EZAs than during a major celebration, which fits really well. And of course, again, TEQ vs Gogeta could really use that kind of help from those two in order to create such a strong team. So exactly, we'll see. But again, Frodhan, I'm specifically bringing up because of that. He fits the leader skill. It'd be nice to see what he can EZA. But let's talk about Orange Piccolo in the next one. I mean, yeah, Orange Piccolo's on here for the same reason, right? Why is Orange Piccolo on this list? He's on Transformation Boost. He's a movie hero. Pretty simple, right? Now, we do have to consider some things here that also kind of just strengthen the argument of them being EZA'd here. So let's pick up Orange Piccolo here, right? How do you activate his bond of master and disciple, okay? So that's not really great, but you do consider the fact that the Gohan is on bond of master disciple, he would EZA. That is going to help him a ton here in order to be able to get his intro up. But let's look at Gohan real quick. What does he need in order to get his intro up? Just give me 1 second, I gotta pull it up because it's all the way back here, because there's about 1 billion Gohans that released in the last 3 years. He needs a bond of parent and child. Okay, well, that's good news because we got the Vegeta and Trunks EZA and, you know, superheroes and stuff like that. Now, not much of that really made much sense, but the point I'm trying to get across is a lot of these guys play off of each other. And again, once again, the Piccolo and Gohan are both on Gogeta's 200, well, Golden Frieza and Gogeta's 220%. Now, you don't technically need to be on 220% in order to be eligible for an EZA. Really, as long as you're under the leader skill, it works, right? Like, if your movie boss is a movie heroes unit, you could EZA here. Like, plain and simple, right? But to me, it's like, if you look at the 220, you're definitely narrowing down your options of who could be on here. I'm not saying it's not common for them to release just units that can be on the leader skill. I'm just saying they're probably going to attack the ones that are on the 220% first, which is what I believe. And these two also, by the way, just feel more like an EX part EZA. And if you remember when I talked about in that part 2 LR prediction video, this celebration goes for a long time. It started August 28th, and it ends on October 3rd, right? That's a pretty decent sized celebration, especially when you consider what looks like the part 2 LR is going to be on the 10th. So that's about 3 days early to 4 days early on an LR, and then the celebration goes for about an extra 3 or 4 days. So they've added about an extra week of stuff they could add in here. Maybe a part 3, maybe an EX part, right? Like, that's kind of what I'm thinking here. Maybe like an EX part, free to play Prime Battle LR and EZA Frodhan and Orange Piccolo, and like again, the Prime Battles like Tag Gamma 1, Gamma 2, or something like that. Like, you know, maybe something of that sort, right? Like, that's something you probably could see, and maybe they'll EZA Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 there as well. Again, it's really hard to say because first of all, as I mentioned in that part 2 LR video as well, is this is a new celebration technically. Yes, it's Tanabata, but it's still different because it's not longer called Tanabata. So we don't know how they're going to approach this. Is Part 2 LR even going to be a carnival? Is it going to be a yellow coin, right? We don't know how they're going to attack this celebration. We do know, though, that if it is going to follow Tanabata, there's 2 LRs, like 4 EZAs, and that's about it. But the celebration is going longer than a normal Tanabata celebration, so it does interest me to see exactly how they're planning on attacking this celebration, why they're waiting so long to release the next Dokkan Fest unit, and why they're releasing the Part 2 LR so early. Lots of questions, not enough answers. Again, we'll figure it out as we go on this celebration, of course, since a lot of this will set precedent to what we can expect in the future. But again, I mean, I would expect these two to be some kind of EX part EZA, and again, since last year they fit the Prime Battle LR during the Worldwide Download celebration, I do wonder if they're now going to plan on to throw that Prime Battle LR during the Transcendent Dokkan campaign. Alright, the next one is interesting because I'll have to check here really quickly, but I do not believe they are on the full leader scale for some reason, and that is the INT ROF Blues. Now, for some reason, if I recall correctly, they're not on Transformation Boost, right? Yeah, they're not on Transformation Boost. I don't know why. I don't even know the conditions of that category. But the reason why I bring it up, though, is just because they're EZAing AGL LR Golden Frieza, but they're not EZAing the INT ROF Blues. So that tells me two things. One, there is some kind of Super Saiyan Blue celebration happening down the line. I say that because, one, if they do save the INT ROF Blues, we have the INT ROF Blues, we have the INT Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta just left for some reason. Maybe they're, I actually can't tell you what exactly they'd be saving it for. Like, it would have to be an ROF celebration, right? But they've already EZA'd the ROF Golden Frieza, so I'm not exactly sure what they would be releasing with another Super Saiyan Blue unit. Like, they've already released Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta. They've already used the future Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta. They already did the Universe 6 versus Universe 7 Blue Kaioken Goku. Maybe it's a Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta from the Universe 6 and Universe 7 fight, I guess. I don't know, actually. I'm really trying to think right now what other Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta they could release, or Super Saiyan Blue Goku they could release. Those are about the only ones you can get, and unless they're going to release like a tag Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Ultimate Gohan, you know, from the Tournament of Power. Like, that's the only thing I can think of. I don't know why they're holding all of these Super Saiyan Blues for whatever reason. I couldn't tell you unless there is an ROF celebration happening somewhere down the line here in the near future, but again, if they are going to EZA Golden Frieza here and they don't have a reason to hold the ROF Blues, I don't understand the reason of why you wouldn't EZA the ROF Blues here, because they're the counterpart to the AGL Golden Frieza. And I know they don't have to do that. It's a monthly celebration. A lot of times they do split those off. It's not the most uncommon thing in the world, but we are in a Movie Heroes and Movie Bosses celebration. It feels like a great time to bring them out. But the fact that they were not announced as a Part 1 EZA doesn't mean they're not going to be one. It just definitely weakens the case for them to be one, so we'll see. I mean, unless Part 2 is like ROF Blues, that'd be pretty interesting. Like, tag ROF Blues as the Part 2 LR, and then you get the, of course, you were able to get the EZAs for the ROF Blues, and Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, or the INT Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta makes sense. It's Super EZA now. Maybe, I don't know, but that's why I have a question mark on my Google Doc right now if they're going to EZA. It's possible, but I would definitely be like, maybe. I wouldn't strongly say they're going to EZA here just based on them not being on the 220, them not being announced the AGL Golden Frieza. You know, not a good sign for them, but we'll see. We'll have to see, but I definitely want to mention them because Golden Frieza is EZA. Alright, next I have the final set of units. It's going to be 4 units, the Worldwide Download Celebration Cooler units, all 4 of them.
The hot toad spit on that thing, get me?
Are all 4 of them going to EZA? Probably not. Maybe 2 of them, right? Maybe we see the Bird Coup and Cooler EZA. Maybe we see the Super Saiyan Goku and Vegeta Meta Cooler EZA here. Maybe we see none of them, right? But I have to bring them up because they're all under the Golden Frieza's 220% leader skill. They are. So, I mean, we have to consider that, right? We definitely have to consider the cooler units being a potential EZA for the celebration. Once again, what's the best time to release a premium LR EZA is during a major celebration, and you know, this is your shot right now. And again, I originally thought 11th anniversary was going to be some kind of movie celebration due to all the movie EZAs we had, but we've already knocked out BoJack movie Gohan. We're knocked out the Golden Frieza EZA already. They're probably going to knock out more movie hero EZAs here. They're probably going to be a Garlic Jr. celebration to knock out even more movie hero EZAs. You know, I mean, we might get through all these movie hero EZAs before we even get to the 11th anniversary, which would then mean I have no clue what we're going to expect per se. I mean, Daima, I guess, is probably the best guess I can give you. Not my favorite guess, because that means they're going to cram all 4 Daima units in the anniversary, which, I mean, the adults and Goma, sure, are worth it. I'm not saying the Mini Goku isn't either. I just don't know how I feel about an entire full anniversary Daima celebration, you know? I mean, it's also, you've waited this long for the hype. My hype has definitely gone down significantly than it was when they came out. So we'll see. Again, I'm not against Daima being full anniversary. I just feel like that feels more like a global Dokkan campaign thing than anything, but that's just me. Anyways, I'm sidetracking here. The cooler units, again, the reason why I think this is a good spot for them, because if they don't EZA here, that means they have to EZA during the 11th anniversary, which is not the worst thing in the world. I mean, it could be like a Wicked Bloodline anniversary as well. We could see Cooler and Frieza, Namek Goku, maybe Tag, Super Saiyan Goku and Vegeta, you know, something of that sort. But or maybe it's a movie celebration still, somehow, without Gogeta Blue. And it's just actually just, you know, the leading unit is going to be Ultimate Gohan and Orange Piccolo if they don't get an LR here. I'm not certain. There's a lot of question marks for sure heading into this 11th anniversary, since they've used all 5 fusions this year, which is good. That means 11th anniversary can't be a fusion, which, you know, for people who hate fusions, that's good, but I would expect Diamond then for that 11th anniversary spot. But yeah, I mean, it just doesn't, let's especially if it is Daima, I mean, cooler EZA units do not make any sense for that celebration. And I know, like, I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to make sense, I guess, since they will EZA them anyways, but to me, it just feels like if you're going to EZA these cooler units, it makes more sense to do it now during a movie celebration when they're under the full leader skill than later when it's just like, oh, they're supposed to EZA here. So I don't know, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Do you guys agree that these units could EZA the celebration? Leave some other units in the comments below on what other units you think could EZA during this celebration, and what other units you were hoping could EZA this celebration. And I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you guys enjoyed the video though, I would much more rather you click to another video. Go to my playlist in the description below. The first one is to all of my Dokkan Battle content videos that are voiced. My second one is to all my Dokkan Battle content videos in general. Also, make sure to hype this video up. Give me some hype points. I actually don't know what this feature is at all. I've heard about it recently, but sure, just throw some hype points on this, I guess, right? But anyways, make sure to click the link in the description for the G Fuel 10% off on your next G Fuel order, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.